Y'all don't know the fuck going on, man. It's your boy Smash, you know what I'm saying? And yes, sir, I am back with another motherfucking video. You feel me? But look, y'all already know this is part 3 to the video. Hope y'all enjoyed part 1 and part 2. If y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about, just click out the video, you feel me? And go to part 1. And look, I know I'm 4 days late, but we ain't talking about that right now. We ain't talking about that. It was a lit video. I mean, it was a lit weekend. And shit got to where it went. So, this is like the real juicy part of the whole video, you feel me? Yes, I had to say the best part for last because that's what you do, you feel me? But, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, you know. Turn on that post notification, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, skis. And make sure y'all also go ahead, tell your friends, tell your friends, tell your friends. And without further ado, let's get into this video. Basically, y'all bloods. Y'all weed, y'all drunk, y'all snacks. It's lit.
Common kind of scenario would be to start with the top. Okay, you can work simultaneously if you're interested in looking at options for fertility. So we'll give you the information, you know, the contact people. So that what really won't stop you from moving forward with the chest unless there's any particular, depending on what they have to do, it may cause some swelling or changes or so forth. But by and large, it shouldn't be a major issue.
Okay.
In terms of the chest, I'd recommend really the traditional double incision approach. Okay, that's an incision from your sternum out under the arm. The nipple and areola. The areola is the pigmented skin around the nipple. Both are detached, made smaller, and repositioned. Now, when we do that, you do lose sensation to that tissue. Okay, do you have sensation now?
Kind of.
Okay. So you do lose sensation. Now, over time, you may regain some sensation. That may be over a period of a couple years. Also, the sensation that you may regain, we refer to that more as light touch, more like someone touching the back of your hand rather than erotic or erogenous sensation.
Okay.
Also, the nipple won't get hard and soft. It will stay in one position.
Okay.
Now, you may notice some loss of pigmentation, meaning some loss of color in the nipple areola. Much of that does tend to repigment over time. That may take a year, a bit longer. If there's areas after about a year or so that don't repigment, you can have that treated with tattoo. We'll show you some pictures so you get an idea too of some individuals where there's some loss of pigmentation, so you can see what we're talking about. Okay.
Okay.
If you've got an adult, your mom, and she can help, okay, and you're in the Chicago area, the surgery can be done as an outpatient, okay, meaning you're asleep for surgery. When you wake up, you're in the recovery room, you're wrapped up with a few ACE wraps. You'll have a drain, which is a plastic tube, one on each side. You spend a couple hours in recovery and you go home.
Okay.
While you're home, you don't need to change the bandages. We'll do that for you the first time we see you in the office, which is about 5 to 7 days after surgery.
Okay.
During the time you can bathe, so you get a bathtub, just no showering. Okay, we don't want you to get the bandages wet. No heavy lifting, nothing more than 10 to 15 pounds. We'll give you a prescription for pain medicine. That's an oral narcotic. Stool softener, because that narcotic can stop you up. And an antibiotic. Okay. Most people are off the narcotic in a few days. Okay. You'll wear the ACE wrap for 3 weeks. Okay. After that, you can typically stop it. When you come back to the office, we'll show you how to put antibiotic ointment on your nipple and areola. You'll need to do that for several weeks, and they'll be quite scabby and flaky for a while. Okay? Takes a good year for the incisions to fully mature. By that we mean soften and flatten and fade, and they can be kind of hard and lumpy bumpy for a while after surgery. Okay? 6 weeks after surgery, you should be able to resume unrestricted activity. Okay, meaning anything you want. Now, there's a lot of moving parts, meaning a lot of different stages, okay? If you decide you don't want to do fertility preservation, okay, we can do the options of combining the hysterectomy with the top surgery, okay? So those are some things that you're thinking about procedure, you know, how you want to go forward. If you want to do the hyst, obviously, you know, you can go, I mean, if you want to do the fertility stuff, then, you know, do that, and then, you know, you can time your chest surgery around that, or you can wait till you're done with that and do both at the same time.
Right.
We typically wouldn't start at the bottom until we're all done with all of that. Okay. In terms of the phalloplasty, and we'll, you know, because now we're talking a lot of steps in between yet to get to the phalloplasty. Basically, what we recommended doing is breaking it down into a couple stages. Okay. We typically start with essentially what's called a metoidioplasty, meaning lengthening the existing anatomy, okay, with urethral lengthening, and closing the front opening.
Right.
We can't close the front opening until you've had a hyst. Okay.
Right.
After that, we wait a few months, and then we do the flap. Okay, we make the penis. Now, as I understand, you're interested in doing the thigh.
Yes.
Okay. So the thigh, the challenge for many people, most people, is the thickness. Okay. I think we're a little thick. If you want to do so, you can always do a shaft only, or typically you can do a shaft only thigh. Okay. To try to do the urethra with the thigh right now, I think is going to be a challenge because the tissue is just too thick. Okay, that gets into the option of doing a forearm. Okay, so you know, versus trying to lose some weight and, you know, do other things to see if the thigh, you know, can be used. At this point, if all things remain the same, you stay the same weight, all that kind of stuff, I would tell you, generally speaking, I think we're going to be too thick for the thigh, unless you want to do shaft only. Okay. If we want to talk urethral lengthening, then I think we got to move into the we got to talk about forearm. Okay. We're a little slow on the Allen's test, so I think we should just get we should get an ultrasound of your wrist just to look at the blood vessels. There's no needles. It's just a wand they put over. Okay. We would typically use the non-dominant, so your left, but you know, you've got a tattoo there. It's okay to use that, but you know, if you prefer, we can also do the right.
I prefer the right.
Okay. We would like a little hair removal too from this area of the forearm. Okay. So kind of looking, because we're talking about many different procedures and stages, and it can get quite confusing. So kind of to lay out an outline. Okay. We'll give you the referral to talk to someone about the fertility stuff. In the meantime, if you want to move forward with the top surgery, you know, we can get the wheels turning on that. We'll hold on the bottom stuff till you make all your decisions about fertility.
All right.
Once you do that, let us know, because that'll affect timing. If you decide to do the fertility stuff, then we'll hold a bit longer. If you decide not to, we can talk about combining various procedures to try to reduce the number of different procedures.
Okay, so I have a question. So basically, say I decided that I would like to use my eggs. Yeah. And you say basically my period does not affect what I got going on. Right? No,
the things that might affect it, if they have to give you certain hormones that can cause swelling of the chest, maybe some weight gain, right. But it shouldn't affect your ability. They may say they don't want to give you anesthesia around the time they harvest the eggs, just so there's no anesthesia in the,
Okay, so, but do you know, like, how long would it take for my period to come back?
I don't. So that's why, those are good questions, but I would defer, I would tell you to speak with the people who do that specific stuff. And it can be a bit variable and so on.
Okay, and I got one more question. Okay, so you do my top surgery, and you can still do the hysterectomy and the bottom surgery at the same time, right? Like the first stage?
So, yeah, so let's say we do top, now we go to bottom. Once we can combine the hysterectomy with the first stage metoidioplasty, yeah.
Okay, so then I'd like to pursue with the the top surgery.
Yeah, that's fine. We can get the stuff working for that.
Okay.
Okay? All right, very good. We'll show you some pictures. We'll give you some written information as well. So we encourage you to read it over. And if you have questions, just give us a call. Or
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Fair enough?
Yes.
All right, my friend. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, take care.
You too.
All right, so I'm gonna give you this folder to take home. It's got 3 different consents in there. What I don't have printed is the referral for the fertility preservation. That's going to be sent electronically to Dr. Wood Morrow at Rush University Medical Center.
Okay.
Okay. So they'll be in contact with you. If you don't hear from them, let me know and I'll give them a call
Okay.
myself. So they will tell you if you need to stop hormones and how long it would take and what the process is like.
Okay.
Once they do hysterectomy and oophorectomy, there's no going back. So I just want you to talk to someone who knows what they're talking about before we make any cuts.
Right.
Okay. All right. So let them call you. If they don't, let me know. Okay.
Okay.
My card is at the front. My email address is on it.
Okay.
And you can always ask for me.
Okay. And what's your name again?
My name is Mira.
Okay. Yeah.
You'll see my cards at the front. They're the only ones there, I think, right now. Okay, so just take one.
Okay.
Hair removal, we can wait until we talk about bottom surgery.
Okay.
Okay, but this is someone we use for hair removal. She can remove some of that hair on the arm.
I ain't got no hair.
You don't have that much, but we want some of this cleared out as well.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Just some stuff for you to read. For all of the surgeries, you're going to need letters of reference.
Okay.
So for top surgery, you'll need 2 total. 1 primary care and 1 mental health letter. For anything down below, we'll need 3 total. So 1 primary care letter and 2 mental health. So you can use the same letter writers for both, as long as they put both top and bottom in the letter. But maybe we can use the same letter for all of the stages.
Okay.
This is the consent for all of the stages. So we've got the first one being chest. So I'll put that in the front. So chest. And then fertility preservation and hysterectomy, that would come from the other doctors.
Right.
For us, we have metoidioplasty. This is stage 1, and do chest and hysterectomy at the same time. That's an option too. Okay.
Cause I don't know, cause you was basically saying what was the second option you said that I could have when like basically to be able to have kids. You said
Yes.
they could take a tissue, and you said that's maybe expensive. So that's why I'm really leaning towards my eggs. So that's why I'm just fine.
So the success rate for eggs is a little bit better, and then the success rate for fertilized eggs is different from that. So there's a lot of options. Do you have someone that could fertilize the egg? So if we're just talking eggs, then they're not fertilized yet. So we want to make sure that we harvest enough so that at least one of them will work unfertilized. So they will do tests on you to see how many eggs they can harvest safely and whether or not it will be worthwhile to you. Okay. Then freezing is another issue, like banking is another issue. So they save it until they're ready for a time where they can fertilize it. It's worth it in the end if you want to have your own family and you want to have your own biological kids. It's important. So it could be worth it for you. So talk to them about how much the process is, which method they think is best to use for you. They're going to know that you're a person of the trans experience, so they should know what to do in terms of hormones, things like that, getting your cycle back. Hopefully it's just 1 cycle that they need. But it's sort of unpredictable. If it's not successful, then they might have to keep going until they can harvest enough to make it worthwhile. So yeah, I don't know much about it, to be honest. So I think talking to a specialist is a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know about DHT?
I do. You can use it down below. I think you've got some good growth there already. So I would keep pumping. DHT is hard to get in the US right now. You know, you can look for things online, but who knows what they put in them, you know, they could be selling you anything. So I wouldn't trust those. I think you've got great growth down below, to be honest. And I think if you just kept pumping, we'd have a good result after stage 1. So pumping will give you some growth without the DHT, and then after stage 1 for bottom surgery, it will give you a couple more centimeters of length. Yeah. Any other questions?
I don't think I got no one.
No? Okay. No. All right. If you have any questions, email me. My card's at the front.
Okay. Alright, so look, I'm out this bitch. You feel me? I'm out this bitch. Joe, if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on that post notification bell so you don't saying yes, Sirskis. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into it with y'all. That shit was just crazy. It's good. Like, this gonna be a long process, but I need to figure out if I want to have my own kids or not, cause I don't know. It's good. I don't know, Jen. Yeah. Yeah, so we don't, this is gonna be a journey, so make sure y'all just come along. You feel me? Y'all gotta come along. Y'all better come along. So make sure y'all go ahead and like this video, subscribe, tell a friend or 2 or 3 or somebody that wanna even do this shit, because motherfuckers ain't never did this shit before. Bring you along and actually bring you along, and you know, you seeing step by step what you gotta, you know, you feel me? Because a lot of people have these questions, and I had these questions. I had to do my research, but this is y'all research. I'm giving it to y'all right here, right now. So make sure y'all go ahead, stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, turn on that post notification bell so you know what I'm saying? Yes, Sirskis, and I'm gonna see y'all soon. Peace.